Hello, and welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft Season 2, Episode 49. Now, if you've been around for a minute, you know that next episode, I'm fighting the Ender Dragon. I am terrified, if I'm going to be completely honest. I've never actually fought the Ender Dragon in anything but creative. So I haven't even done this in survival mode. And I'm just jumping right in with hardcore. So, I'm frankly terrified. Not to mention, I've already promised that I'm going to end up fighting the Wither at some point too, and I've actually never fought the Wither at all. I've never had a reason to fight the Wither. So today is going to be all about me finishing small details that I said I was going to push off till later. I'm going to try and do a few of them today. For one, I need to get this wall figured out so it isn't just a load of cobblestone, and it actually matches up with that wall. And I have plenty of greenery that I can start sprinkling throughout here and kind of figuring out how most of this is going to sit, as well as just cluttering up some of the areas. Like, the library is still sitting kind of out in the open. I need to get some slabs and figure out an actual staircase up there, or how I want them to be able to get into that back door. I need to do more of this greenery kind of around the building. Things like that. That is what I'm going to work on today, just to try and calm my nerves. Now, at the end of this episode, I am going to put together the rest of my ender chest. If you were here for last episode, you would know I started this, which has mangrove leaves in it right now because I've been using it as a transport thing. Can't believe I didn't do that off camera. Hold on, give me a second. I'll be right back. I need to go put those mangrove leaves away. But like I said just a second ago, I started putting together my stuff. Now, I have thrown a few things in here because that's kind of what I'm building with today. But this top layer is kind of the stuff I have prepped up for the Ender Dragon fight. I have a bucket of water and a pumpkin. For the Enderman, I have arrows. My bow is down there in my house, and I will be grabbing it before I go do the Ender Dragon fight. I also have 3 potions of slow falling, all at the 4-minute mark. I'm wondering, did I actually upgrade these, or did I not? Hold on, I actually have a few pictures for reference on stuff like this. Yeah, 4 minutes is the max on these. So I have 4, 8... I have 12 minutes of slow falling. That's all the time I have to fight the Ender Dragon. I do need to get like some cobblestone or something in there so that I can have some stuff to back up in case the slow falling goes out. I also have a very high amount of feather falling on my boots already. So long falls I'm not too terribly worried about. Honestly, I fell from the top of this guy and it only lost about 2 hearts of damage. So I think for most pretty long falls I'll be fine, especially since I have slow falling potions as backup. Also, I went ahead and finished upgrading my pants. There's no other enchantment I can put on them, really, except for Swift Sneak, which I have not found the new Deep Dark in order to actually get Swift Sneak. So, there's that. Also, for my sake, I won't be finishing the tree. At least not in this episode. I want something to kind of get me back into the groove after I fight the Ender Dragon. And I feel like the tree is kind of going to be that for me. As well as finishing up decorating the dock. Those are 2 of my biggest projects, and I feel like they are going to bring me back into this world whenever I beat the Ender Dragon. If I beat the Ender Dragon. Hey, Golem. This guy's been stuck here for a minute. He can't get out. I'm debating as to how to get him out. But I think we're just going to start with this wall, and we're going to see where the rest of the day takes us. Okay. It's a bit of the greenery mix going in. There's some tough, there's some mossy cobblestone. Now I gotta get the stone andesite mixture up top. Alrighty, and there we go. Fully textured and stairs all across the top of it, matching the wall that was behind this. Now there are some parts where I do want to throw in some of those stairs, but I want to get this area down here done before I do that. Now to clean this clutter out of my inventory, or at least some of it out of my inventory. Now, I do want to throw in some light posts in places. I do not have my shield equipped. I need to do that. I need to throw in a light post maybe here. The seat light post I have, these. I need to throw in a few of those in some places. Just to make sure I have light everywhere there needs to be. There we go. This looks a little low. It's not, but it just feels a little low. Definitely want a few of those in some places. Maybe one over here. Alrighty, there's another one. Kind of want one somewhere on this side of the market. You know, I'm planning on putting like a building of some sort here, so I may end up putting one of these seats here. Alrighty. Now there's a few of like the lamppost things. That should help with the lighting in the area. Or at least make it where I can get rid of some of the torches. Not all of them, sadly, because some of them are desperately needed. This torch over here can go because that's lit up properly. This one can be moved. Be a little farther back. I know I need a lamppost in general over here. Need a lamppost in general on some parts of the walkway. And I'm definitely gonna need one here. Let's just start throwing down some logs in some areas where I want actual lampposts to be. I don't have the lanterns to actually do all those little ones I put in, but these logs that are just sitting on their own, I only have one down here in the town, but I do have a few up there. They're essentially going to be just this little lamp piece, but I don't have the lanterns to do that. I just used my last few lanterns, and I need to get some more trading done to buy some more up for my villagers, because I don't feel like putting all my iron into doing that. Probably have to do one over here too, now that I think about it. So yeah, I have one there. Maybe do one here. Kinda like that. Because I do plan on there being some sort of small building here. So that could probably work. Alrighty. Now I've got some of that figured out. Let's quickly throw down some greenery in some areas that I know desperately need the help. Like I can go ahead and throw down some greenery over here. Go. Just throw some greenery somewhere. Help tie in the overgrown feeling we have coming up into here. Now that's not going to be completely finished until I can get into actually coming up here and decorating this area. But it does help tie that feeling in. Okay. Now, that cat has been stuck there. Also, this cat up here is not tamed to me. They're just stuck because they're on a moss carpet with a torch underneath it. They're just stuck. I don't know why they're stuck there. I did not know that could catch things. They're just there now. Just guarding the pathway. Okay. Yeah, okay. Also, due to the tree, some areas have become increasingly dark. Like this area back here. I'm gonna need to throw down some glow lichen. Or some more glow lichen. Because this area is so dark, I actually can't harvest these potatoes anymore. I just physically can't even harvest the potatoes. Because after I harvest them, the dirt grows back and I can no longer pick them up. I don't have my shears on me. Well, that's just going to grow in now. But I'm actually just going to leave it like that because I love how dark it feels back here. It's meant to be on the darker side anyway. It's the reason I had potatoes back here. There we go. Just throw some more glow like in. Those glow berries will grow in eventually. And that will help with the darkness in some areas. Also, in between episodes, I didn't really discuss this, but I went out and I harvested my spruce trees. I have almost an entire double chest of spruce. I went out and tore down like half a dark oak forest. Well, at least half of the small one that's near me. So I do have like some pretty cool mushroom blocks as well, because my axe has silk touch on it, so I have a whole bunch of cool little mushroom blocks. Maybe we'll end up doing something with that. But I also harvested a bunch of oak leaves, ready for us to do the tree whenever we get back. So there's all that. I've done like some small things in between episodes, nothing really big or of note. I think the biggest thing I did was finally decorate the interior of this. All of this behind here is basically like a small kind of auto smelter, one of each type, and then with a backup of each type down here. Then all of this has its own placement. I can go ahead and throw the stonecutter back in here. My brewing stand is back here with a small thing and nether wart back here. And then I stuck my enchanting table up here. I will eventually go into decorating all of this, but for right now, this is full level 30 enchantment here. I'll be completely honest, I actually don't have a plan for this video. Finishing prepping for the Ender Dragon is probably going to take me maybe 5 seconds. And I am so nervous about it that I don't want to start any projects today, because if I don't come back from the Ender Dragon fight, they'll never get done. But also, I want to leave some projects that are already started not done, because if I do come back, it gives me something to work on. So I'm kind of stuck in a point of, I have way too much stuff to do, but there's this big thing keeping me from wanting to finish it, and then I have so much stuff I want to do, but there's this big thing keeping me from wanting to start it. That's kind of where I am mentally right now. I'm kind of stuck. Because I want to get started on my mega build, I want to work on the tree, I want to get the docks fully furnished. I have so much stuff I want to do. But with the Ender Dragon fight looming kind of overhead, I'm terrified to get started on any of it. And so it's kind of left me in a spot of, I don't know what I actually want to do for this video. I mean, I did do the little bit of decoration up in here. It's not much, but it is something. I did finish this wall. It's been needing to get done for a while. I did get some greenery and some of the more seats up here to kind of blend them from the dockside into the rest of the town. But I don't really know what else to do. I'm kind of stuck. Guess I'm just going to go ahead and get some of my stuff prepped up for the Ender Dragon fight. Like my bow, go ahead and get it in there, make sure it's ready to go. I think I have a few golden apples. I don't have any notch apples. But I guess I can go ahead and put my golden apples in there. Go ahead and maybe have some backup food. Maybe pack some scaffolding. I know I'm probably going to need to bring cobblestone with me. Probably get a few stacks of that so I can get up and into the pillars. I don't know how many stacks they would recommend. Because I'm going to be completely honest, I've been procrastinating on this so much, I've refused to look at anybody else's videos on how best to do this. I'm kind of just basing this off of prior knowledge. I know it's not a good idea, don't give me that. And that's kind of our map. That's what we're looking at right before we go into the fight of the Ender Dragon. A big old village, starting from square one, just being this little house and spanning into all of this. I am honestly very excited to continue this project. And I very much do want to continue this project, which is the reason I am so worried about the Ender Dragon fight. I am going to be making a backup of the world, just in case I do die to it. I'll still have a backup of it to come back to and be able to show off everything, including the tiny details I've done off camera that I may have even forgotten about. Also, I think it's been a minute since I've shown off my treasure chest. I've actually off camera found 3 regular diamond ore. I was just mining for cobblestone, I think. Yeah, I was in my cobblestone mine when I found these. So, that was actually pretty exciting to find. And then I have more emeralds than I think anybody would ever need. Just breaking them down for you guys. That is 6 stacks of emeralds. I've had to put them in block form to keep them from clogging up my chests. You know what? I have 3 name tags. Why don't I use them? Hi, Wall. I know there's one creature that I do want to name. I very much do want to name one thing. Somebody I called this in passing. I'm calling him this officially. Pool Boy is an iron golem who managed to get himself stuck in the little pond I've made. Hold on just a second. I'll show you what I mean. This is Pool Boy. Hey, buddy. You're officially named. You are the mascot of the pond. Everyone's terrified of you. You're doing great, honey. Yeah. Okay. This is Pool Boy. I don't know how he managed to get himself stuck in there. I don't know if he fell off of here or he just walked his way in there. I don't know. But he's stuck in there. And, I'm just gonna leave him there. He's the guardian of the pool and my dogs. Speaking of which, I do have 2 more name tags, and I'm thinking about actually naming the dogs. Give me just a second, and I'll show you what the names I've chosen is. Okay, first one I'm choosing is going to be Miko. I actually had to re-look up how to do this, because I've recently dismissed him in my game back to my house, so I haven't had him traveling with me for a bit. But if you don't recognize this, this is actually the vanilla dog follower you can get from Skyrim. That is who that is. And I've recently started replaying Skyrim, my first time playing it on PC, so I've modded the crap out of it. So I have a bunch of modded companions, and Miko was the only vanilla follower I had with me at the time. But I had to send Miko home because I kept accidentally killing Miko, because when they would all go and get into a fight, I would accidentally shoot him. So I've had to resurrect Miko like 5 times. So eventually at the 5th time, I was just like, you know what? Send them home. Send them home. My heart can't take it anymore. And the other one is going to be Leah. If I can spell it right. There we go. Leah is actually my IRL dog. She is a German Shepherd, and she is the sweetest girl alive. Hyperactive as all get out, because she's still, like, puppy age. She's barely a year old, I believe. But she was originally my brother's dog. She ended up becoming my dog. It's a whole thing, but she is the sweetest girl. And I love her to death. So, we have Miko. And we have Leah. You 2 are going to be in charge if I die tomorrow. Don't give me that look, Miko. I know it's a bad decision to keep you guys in charge. But you guys and Pool Boy, I'm pretty sure you guys can handle this, okay? It's not that hard. All the houses are already built. Y'all just have to keep everybody inside. Okay? But since this is kind of the last episode before I go fight the Ender Dragon, I figured I'll show you guys some of my statistics. So you can kind of see kind of what I've done. I'm just kind of scrolling through items. My most mined item is stone, again. Back before I started recording, it was spruce logs. I have broken 36 iron picks, really? The shears make sense to me. Thought shears would be higher. Dear heavens, I've crafted so many sticks. Okay, diamond axe, that makes sense, because my axe is still diamond, so that's currently the axe I'm using. Picked up. I have picked up the most amount of dirt. That makes sense to me. And then the thing I have dropped the most is potatoes. Okay. Then my mobs. Okay. And that's kind of my statistics. And going into F3, I can show you what day I am on. If I can remember where it's at personally. Hold on. I am on day 787. So I am getting to day 1000, which will be quite the celebration if I can live the Ender Dragon. And with that kind of said and done, I know this video is going to be extremely short, but like I said, I'm kind of in that mental block of I don't want to start or do anything because there is something so big happening in the next episode. I am terrified for it, but I'm also so excited because this will be my first time ever fighting the Ender Dragon on a survival world in general. And that episode is probably going to be my first time ever getting an elytra. I've never actually flown with an elytra. I've never had an elytra. They work a bit differently and they're harder to work with on console. So I think I've had one in console in a creative world where I was trying to figure out how they worked. But this will be my first time in survival trying to figure out how they work. So if I do survive the Ender Dragon, the elytra may be what kills me. And with that said, I will see all you guys in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye!